In James chapter 1, verse 5, it says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God who gives liberally and without reproach, and it'll be given to him. But let him ask in faith without doubting, with no doubting. For he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For let not that man suppose that he'll receive anything from the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways." So it opens, if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask of God who gives liberally, because he always gives us more than we ask, right? And without reproach. In other words, he doesn't look at us. He looks at us like this is a 4-year-old child, right? I mean, a 4-year-old child can ask their parents for anything, ask their grandparents for anything. I mean, it's just, and he looks at us like that. He doesn't look at us when we're overreaching or going through things. He looks at us for who we are. And so, but the Bible says, let him ask in faith, no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven by the wind and tossed by the wind. And that means that if we doubt, the circumstances will take us where they're going to take us. So picture we're in a storm and we want to go the opposite direction of the current. If we let go of the helm, the wheel, the current is going to take us where it's going anyway. Those are the circumstances. We're going to end up with the circumstances. If we have faith, we can go against the current and go in the direction against the wind. So it essentially, the circumstances are going to take us where we're going to go anyway. If we had no faith, if we ask in faith and doubt, we're going to go where the circumstances are going to take us. But if we have faith, we can go in the opposite direction. He goes on to say, and he makes it very clear. He says, but let him ask in faith without doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For let not that man suppose he will receive anything from the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his way. He makes it very clear, because faith is like, we looked at gravity, right? It's a physical law that God made on the earth. If we drop a book, gravity takes over, right? In the spirit realm, if we drop our faith, the circumstances take over. So if we want to come against gravity, come against the circumstances, we have to have faith that God can take us in that direction. If we don't, we won't receive. And we need to get this straight in our mind, because a lot of unneeded, sleepless nights and tears and anxiety is because we don't have the faith to go where God has taken us. All we have without faith is mercy. We have to rely on mercy, and I'll show you that today. And so when you look at what James is saying here, when we're in faith, we're not double-minded, we're single-minded. Our mind, our words, our actions, our thoughts are that God is going to come through. We don't doubt. And the greatest way to sabotage our faith is our words, because what's abundant in our heart comes through our words.